So we will quickly start our lecture today. We have already learned one of the learning strategy which can be implemented, which can be used by computers or programs to learn certain phenomena and then uh, act accordingly. Okay, so we have seen how based on a set of given examples we can define a decision tree which will try to answer the new case, new instance of same set of given data can answer based on the already learned data. Okay, so that was decision tree. So we'll just do introduction after doing one of the after learning one of the learning strategy. Now we will shift to introduction of learning. So what is basically machine learning? Learning is any process by which a system improves performance from experience. So this is one example. So this learning, like defining what is learning, what do you mean by learning? That itself is a challenging task. First, we have to understand, first we have to define what do we actually mean by learning. Okay, so one definition given by Herbert Simon is learning is any process by which a system improves performance from experience. This is one example, one definition. Okay, another definition is definition by Tom Michel, 1998. Machine learning is the study of algorithms that improve their performance at some task T with experience E. A well-defined learning task is given by PTE. Okay, so if you have some experience E and you can, what you say, enumerate that experience, you can specify that experience in some form, some set given as E. Okay, and a task which can be defined as another set T, and then performance P can be defined by another set. So a tuple of these three sets PTE is machine learning. Just a minute, I have a call to attend. So again, coming back to the definition of learning. So what do we mean by learning? That we want to improve the performance of system which can be defined by a set P, and to perform the task T. So T can be defined by a set T, where we have experience, we have notified or specified our experience of its past performance, how the system has performed on the same task in the past, in the history, that has been specified in some set, in the form of set called E. So if we have these three things, then this is called machine learning algorithm. So the learning algorithm is can be defined mathematically like this. So basically, in earlier days, what is computer? Computer means when we enter data, we enter a program, it gives you an output. That is computer. And what is machine learning? Machine learning is uh, like that was initial programming, that the programming which we know. Okay, and machine learning has been modified, like from the data and output, it try to form the program basically. So you may not find uh, actual program being generated by the system, but you may find that your techniques, learning techniques, are actually trying to modify the program. Okay, something like that. Okay. So what do we actually mean by, how do we actually learn? First, let us try to observe how humans learn. How do we learn? So there are various ways how we learn. Either we learn by what our elders have told us. So they have instructed us, they have told us that this has to be done. In these cases, this has to be done. This doesn't has to be done. And we do not apply our mind. We only follow their rules, their regulations uh, given by our elders to us. So that is one way of learning, how a child learn in from the beginning. Okay. Another way of learning is learning by advice. Okay. So what how that works in humans, that um, we try to ask for advice from our elders, from our colleagues, whenever we face a problem, whenever we are not able to um, solve particular problem, we try to get advice from elders, from our colleagues, and we learn from that. So that is another way of learning. Okay. Another way of learning can be we learn from our experience. Okay, we do something, we make mistake, and then we learn that no, this is not the path, we have to do it in some other way. Okay. And from that, from our failures, uh, not only we learn that a particular path is wrong, but also we get an idea that what would be the change in direction of our path which we followed will result into a success. That means learning from experience is very important. Okay. Then another way is learning from examples. Okay. Learning from examples means that, for example, we don't know what is addition. What do we mean by addition? But somebody has given us example that 5 plus 4 addition is when you add 5 and 4, you get 9. When you add 5 and 5, you get 10. When you add 5 and 6, you get 11. So you have got these examples. You don't know what is addition. So can you try to understand, can you understand the definition of addition from these examples? So if you can understand from these examples, so that is another way of learning. And this learning, which we call learning by examples, is basically more have evolved as the best way till now, best way of learning, which can be used to train or to make systems learn, to make computer systems learn. तो हम लोगों के लिए शायद ये उतना अच्छा तरीका नहीं है लर्निंग बाय एग्जांपल, कि हम बिना डेफिनेशन के, बिना एडवाइस के, we only learn by examples. So that is not the way how humans learn, or that is not the preferable way how humans learn. But over the time period, it has been evolved, it has been found that learning by example uh, is more popular way how researchers have made our computer systems to learn. Okay, so by learning by experience, that has not proved so effective. So we have tried, researchers have tried to make systems learn from experience, but that has not proved that much effective. Okay, or that may prove effective in very specific areas, specific scenarios. But learning by example has proved to be very effective and very popular. Okay, and many strategies in this category, learning by example, have got evolved over the time period. And one of such strategies we have already learned, we have already seen, that is decision tree. So what we have done in decision tree, do you remember? We were given an example, a set of examples, where for each set of input, we specified what is the expected output. So that is one example. So in the last class, the example of tennis play, whether a person should play or tennis or not outside, that was depending on 3 or 4 things. Okay, and we have just given the system the examples that if this scenario, this is the scenario, then do this. If this is the scenario, then do this. So using that example, we have defined our decision tree that can work for any input. So we can provide any input to the system which has designed itself using that decision tree, and can give the appropriate answers. Are you understanding this? Are you understanding what do we mean by learning by example? Salil?
Yes, sir.
So what did I tell? How many ways of learning I told you just now? One is
So you're waiting for me to answer? Hello.
Yes, hello.
Sir, you're waiting for me to answer?
Yes, yes.
Sir, can you repeat the question?
I told, अभी मैंने कितने तरीके बताए कैसे सीख सकते हैं, कैसे लर्न कर सकते हैं, कैसे ह्यूमंस लर्न करते हैं, वो अगर हम सिस्टम में ट्राई करें तो वो क्या क्या तरीके हो सकते हैं, वो मैंने बताए ना अभी, क्या क्या हो सकते हैं. पहला,
Sir, sir, first, how humans learn from other humans, that way you're asking, right?
Yeah, that way, like, can we, what I am just trying to tell in this class, that can we use same strategies how humans used to learn, can we use same strategies to make systems learn? Okay, so how humans learn, एक तरीका है कि हम बच्चों को बड़े कुछ बता देते हैं रूल्स और रेगुलेशंस, और हम उस तरीके से फॉलो करते हैं विदाउट अप्लाइंग. ओके, so that type of learning is called rote learning, ROTE.
Yes, sir.
Everyone please pay attention in this discussion. So that type of learning is called rote learning. So this learning is similar to what we have already done in computer programs. We have already learned how to create databases. We have already learned how to create programs. So what actually we are doing? We are making our systems to learn. We are actually making them learn. We are providing them learning what we have learned, and we are coding that learning in the form of program and database, and we are providing it to the computer system. Then computer system, we think that it has learned the program or the process, right? So that is one way of learning, rote learning, where system doesn't try to change itself from its experience. It works only on the basis of regulations, rules and regulations which have.
हेलो।
Salil,
हाँ सर, वो आवाज़ थोड़ी कट रही है।
you can mute your microphone right now. When I ask, you can switch on. So that
श्योर
is
सर।
one way of learning, rote learning. Then another way is, I just told, learning by advice. So what is that? That whenever, for example, what you do as a student, you face some problem, you ask, either you ask your colleagues or you ask your teachers, elders or seniors, whatever. So you try to get advice, like if you have got stuck, if you are not able to solve some problem, you ask somebody else who you believe would have solved this problem or would can guide you. You ask, you get an advice and you work accordingly. Can we do similar thing in systems? Yes, there have been strategies which have been adopted which works or which change their working, which change their processes. So programs which change their processing based on advices from experts or from other uh, other agents, you can see. Agents can be some humans, or they can be some other programs running on some other machine or same machine and running on some other data. So they are trying to get information from other agents and trying to change their behavior. So that is another way of learning that has also been worked out as a research. Then I told you learning by experience. That is another way of learning, that you learn by experience. That is, you do something, you make mistakes, and you then use that output where you have made mistake. You use that output to provide feedback for your process, and you change your process based on the wrong output which you have got. So in a way, you try to change your process based on feedback of the output. So that is a kind of learning from experience. So there have been several attempts to learn in that way also. Then the last one I told you is learning by example. That is uh, one of the way which we have already seen, that is decision tree, that you provide a set of examples, that if you do this, if the input is this, then output is this. If input is this, then output is this. So you only provide examples. You do not provide why. You do not provide any process. You do not provide any answer, any definition, any well-defined definition. You just provide examples, that if this is the input, that is the output. If this is the input, that, and you provide a set of examples, and you try to make your system learn from those examples, and then after learning, you expect your systems to behave appropriately for future examples. So where can we use machine learning? You can use machine learning in human expertise does not exist. Where human expertise, so for example, you want to study the environment on Mars. Okay, so you do not know, any human doesn't know anything. So you may want machine learning to be expert in that area. Okay, or you may use machine learning in the environments where humans can't specify their learning. If they can specify their learning, they can write programs, they can write databases. But if they are not able to explain how they have learned, how they have about their knowledge, then you need a system which can learn automatically. So that example is speech recognition. We recognize speech, but we don't know how we are doing that. Models must be customized. So expert system, for example, expert systems where you want your system, your learn system to provide specific answers, expert answers in particular areas. customized areas. Okay, so then machine learning can be used. Models are based on huge amounts of data. Okay, when data is huge, then probably the raw learning or the learning which can be programmed is not sufficient. Your system has to change automatically and has to learn differently when amount of data is high. So learning may not be always useful. You may not use learn. You may not use a program which can learn to calculate a payroll. Okay, which is a well-defined task which you know how to program. So you might not need a learning program, the program which can learn to calculate a payroll, which will be a wasteful effort if you try to use such a program. So for classic example could be, can you identify which of these numbers are two? दो कौन कौन से हैं इसमें? ये 0 है, ये 1 है, ये 2 हो सकता है, ये 2 हो सकता है, ये 2 हो सकता है. So you try to get as many examples as much possible, and then you try to enumerate them differently. So you try to mark them which are two, which are not two, and then you want your system to learn. Okay, so what could be recognizing patterns, generating patterns, recognizing anomalies, predictions. So you can just go through this slide afterwards to understand other things. So this is a vast area, learning. So this is a sample applications: web search, computational biology, finance, e-commerce, space, robotics, information extraction, social network, debugging, all these, game playing. So you can, these areas. So there is like, they have tried to identify T, P, and E in different scenarios. I have just defined in initially the learning task or the program which can learn can be defined by three sets: T, P, and E. T is the task, P is the performance matrix, and E is the experience. Okay, so in case of checkers, playing checkers is the task. Percentage of games won against an arbitrary opponent is your performance criteria that you want to improve, and E may be playing practice games against itself. So that is your experience. So playing practice games is your experience. Similarly, handwritten words can be defined. TPE for handwritten words can be defined. So like that. Autonomous cars. You already know autonomous cars is a answers. Deep learning is in news. So these slides are taken from Andrew Ng course. You might have heard about this course. This is very popular course in machine learning, basic machine learning. Andrew Ng, available on Coursera. Okay. So you can go through these things to have better understanding. I'll just switch to these three terms: types of learning: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and semi-supervised learning, and reinforcement learning. So all these 3 and 4 more or less are belongs to the class of learning strategies which I have just categorized as learning by example. Okay, so if you want your system to learn by example, you can categorize them differently in these categories. One is supervised learning. Supervised learning means you know the example and you know for each example what is the output. Okay, so if that type of data is available for each set of inputs, you know what is the output, expected output. And if you have that data, you call that data as training data. Okay, and you might have a test data to support this, which is again data having inputs, values for inputs and expected outputs. And what do? You train the system based on training data, and then you try to test the system on the basis of test data. Okay. So if desired output for each set of input is given as in the form of training data, then it is called supervised learning. That you have already told that what is the expected output for each example in training data. Okay, but if you do not know that, if you do not know in beforehand, and while giving the training data to the system, if you do not know the exact output, or you cannot mention the output for each input, you only know these are the inputs and this is how it looks. So you just give training data without desired outputs. You only give input data. So you give a set of input data for all the problems, and then the objective here is not to provide answers of the data, rather you try to cluster them differently. So you try to identify different clusters input data based on their input values. Okay, and you try to say that these are 3 different categories or 4 different categories or n different categories in input data. You don't try to answer them what each category mean. You don't try to do that. Only what you try to do is you try to identify different clusters, different examples of input based on input which look similar. Okay, and then semi-supervised learning is training data with few desired outputs. So if you know output of some data, but you do not know output of other data, but you know these are the inputs which may be given, then you try to use the system that is called semi-supervised learning. And reinforcement learning means reward from sequence of actions. Okay, so what does it mean? That your system takes the feedback from what you do based on learning which you have done. So suppose you present an output 5 plus 4. Suppose you are trying to add a set of numbers, then 5 plus 4 you give 10, answer 10, and then somebody tell you no, 5 plus 4 is 9, it's not 10, and then you provide your computer program this feedback that whatever output you have given, that is wrong, that is having error by 1, value 1, it should be reduced by 1, and then accordingly you change your program. Okay, whatever your program, I am not discussing what that program could be, that could be anything, but whatever program you have done, if you can change that program on the basis of input, on the basis of feedback from actions, okay, then that kind of learning is called reinforcement learning. So something, this might go into the class which I named as learning by experience. Okay, these are some examples, example algorithms for each of these class. Supervised learning, regression is one of them, classification is another. Okay, so these are, you just have to go through these examples just as an example. These are not going to be your part of course which may come in your exams. Okay, we may only ask up to different categories of learning by examples, that is supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. And these examples you can mention if we ask a theoretical question, but we may not ask specific questions on these strategies like regression, classification. I'm just giving you as a instrument to think over. Supervised learning. Then these are unsupervised learning. That means if this is the input, then you know that these may be categorized as one set, these may be categorized as different set, and these may be categorized as separate set. So all these 4 input items look similar. all these 4 items, 5 items looks similar, then these 5 items look similar. So if you can cluster them differently, if you can identify different clusters in your input data by an algorithm, then this kind of learning is called unsupervised learning. Okay, so that's what I mean by unsupervised learning. Similarly, you can identify categories or groups on different genes. So these are different genes and you can classify them differently based on their features. Similarly, you can identify social network. Okay, so from the way they are connected, you can identify that these set of people are connected uh, together. These then these set of peoples are connected together, and then you can identify those networks, sub networks in a social network, in a network. Okay. So these are examples of this reinforcement learning. Robot in a maze, game playing. So game playing means, for example, you design your program, a chess playing program, which makes the changes in its operation, in its process, from the mistakes it has made in the history. So whatever game it is playing, it makes mistake and learn from them, or it makes good moves, then also learn from them and try to reinforce that learning, try to make that learning as a as a as a measure to reinforce its future actions. Okay. So this was just an introduction to learning and types of learning, and then we will go through in subsequent lectures um, through the uh, one strategy, strongly naive Bayes strategies to learn. Okay, naive Bayes, Naive Bayes. So that is a what do you say, starting strategy used in probabilistic learning strategies. So that is a very basic strategy when we talk about probabilistic learning strategies. Okay, and then a brief introduction to what is a version space and uh, version space. That is another way of learning by examples. So that also we will go through in future lectures. Okay, so now within some time you are going to start the quiz. Within 11 minutes it will start, and you'll get 10 minutes to complete it, around 10 minutes. Okay, everybody is ready for that? Everybody is ready?
Yes, sir.
So these are the people who are attending the class. I'm just taking the screenshot for the purpose of attendance. Okay, then we'll stop it.
सर
Stop
प्लीज
it. Hello.
एजुएक्स पे सर
Aju next पे आएगा. You keep it open and wait. Within 10 minutes it will be available. If you have any problem, you just call me or send. I'm just available on WhatsApp. Okay. Or do you want me to be present in this? Do you want me to be present here to keep this session going? Anybody?
I think you can end the session.
I will end the session, and if you have